A town hall meeting drew about 150 mostly supportive audience members at the Four Generations barn near Pickrell. Ricketts calls the 30 by 30 plan vague.
What they do say is they want to work with farmers and ranchers. They want the effort to be local and voluntary. And here's the disconnect. Because we've had voluntary conservation programs in this country for decades. The CRP, for example, has been around since 1985. How can they explain that using these voluntary programs for decades that have gotten us to 12%, how do they think they're going to get to 30% in 9 years with the same programs? That's the disconnect, folks. One of two things. Either A, they're not going to make it to 30%, or B, they're not telling us everything.
The plan, described as a 30 by 30 land grab by Ricketts, but called voluntary by others, seeks to conserve 30% of the nation's land and water by the year 2030. Ricketts warns about permanent conservation easements that could be a way to reach the plan's goal. Ricketts issued an executive order Thursday on that issue.
As part of my executive order to help push back on 30 by 30, I direct my agencies that we will not provide resources to assist in permanent conservation easements, with some limited exceptions. So we're not going to fund those. We're not going to use our resources to help get land into permanent conservation.
The town hall, which lasted over an hour, had Ricketts take a few questions from audience members.
I can see the reason to be concerned, but on the other side, the government has put millions, if not billions of dollars into Nebraska, into Gage County. And every farmer here has accepted federal money to do conservation work, whether it be CRP, EQIP, CSP, and it's been beneficial and it's helped the local economy. So aren't we walking a fine line here by opposing something that we do not know for sure?
Well, I think we absolutely have to oppose the possibility of 30% of our land being put in conservation. And one of the things, that's why we're here telling people, hey, if your CRP land is up for renewal, make sure you read the agreement. Don't sign anything you don't want to sign up for.
Certainly, and as an NRCS employee, I always advise that, the landowners I work with, that you do not get yourself into something that you do not want to do.
Ricketts says the Biden administration has offered few details about the plan and said he's in for a long haul in opposing it. He urged county governments to pass resolutions opposing 30 by 30, review land use policies, work with state and federal leaders, stay connected to what he calls a national effort, and watch for local conservation projects. Among those in attendance Thursday night, State Senators Myron Dorn and Julie Slama, and University Regent Jim Pillen, a Republican candidate for governor. From Pickrell, Doug Kennedy, News Channel, Nebraska.